This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Ho there. It's Jeff Goodenow, and welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this date. And on this day, December 11, 1981, Muhammad Ali finally decided to quit boxing. He had several retirements. The career of Muhammad Ali was controversial to say the least. He was stripped of his heavyweight title because he refused to fight in the Vietnam War. Now, I don't know what his role would have been. I don't know if Ali would have went to Vietnam, because I know a lot of people were drafted and would be in the reserves and all that, but they never got to Nam. So maybe Ali was just a publicity stunt, or they'll just give him a decent job, but yeah, they stripped him. He couldn't get major fights. He had to come up to Canada for fights, including Chevalo. Ali regained the heavyweight belt back from George Foreman in 1974. Well, Foreman didn't win the belt off of Ali. It's just the fact that, Ali reclaimed it, only becoming the second guy to do so after Floyd Patterson. And then Ali would lose to Leon Spinks in 1978, beat him again. Well, he beat him for the title. And then, of course, Leon Spinks wouldn't be that great again. Ali, unfortunately, by the time he fought Spinks, would be in terrible shape and all that. And it was like, hard to believe. Ali was supposed to fight Larry Holmes for the title in 1980, which he did. But unfortunately, Holmes battered him so badly that Ali's handlers had to throw in the towel. Ali was 39 years old when he would fight Trevor Burbeck in the drama in Bahama, a 10-round boxing match that took place in Nassau in the Bahamas. I went to the Bahamas one time for a week. Anyhow, Burbeck was great. Burbeck was the Canadian heavyweight champion. The problem was that Burbeck was hailed from Jamaica. That ticks me off in a sense, because Burbeck was Canadian. He was hailed from Canada when he fought the big match against, John Tate. That was part of one of the best boxing doubleheaders in Canadian history, if not the greatest, because that was the undercard. The Burbeck match was the undercard on the Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran match. Not the I Quit match, not the No Mas fight. That was in New Orleans. That was the second fight. But yeah, the fight at Stade Olympique was amazing. Regardless, Ali was 39 years old and starting to suffer through Parkinson's, because when you look at him, he was in bad shape and all that. Prior to the fight, Ali said he was declared fit by the best white doctors. Nevertheless, it was in the Bahamas because no American state would allow Ali to fight because of his fight with Larry Holmes. Not even Alaska. Anyway, unfortunately, the promoter for this fight was named James Cornelius, a convicted felon with links to the Nation of Islam. There was a problem because Don King actually signed up Trevor Burbeck for a 3-fight deal. When King arrived to demand his share of the profits, 2 friends of Cornelius beat the tar out of him. Ali said that he would love this fight against Burbeck so that he could go for the WBA belt, not the major heavyweight, not the linear heavyweight title, but the WBA title against Mike Weaver. So anyway, Ali pre-fight was 56-4 with 37 KOs. Trevor Burbeck was 19-2-1 with 17 KOs. Ali got a major purse, $1.1 million, compared to $350K for Burbeck. Ali was 6'3", 236 at the fight, which was unusual because Ali was like 200 pounds or something like that. And Burbeck was 6'2", 218. Ali was known as the Michelin Man, which is a brutal fight. Because, a brutal thing because of him heavy. In fact, ticket sales were so slow, the promoters had to offer them at a discounted price. And only 7,500 people were viewed the Burbeck-Ali fight. No pay-per-view, and no American network made a bid. A pay-per-view subscription service in Cincinnati said that we'll do the fight. So the fight happened. at the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center in Nassau, Bahamas. It was so unfinished that they couldn't get into the venue because the key to the main gate was misplaced. And there were no boxing gloves at the venue and no bell. So they had to do a cow battle for this purpose. Burbank actually refused to fight unless he was paid up front, and the fight was 2 hours behind schedule. So here we go. We got a great fight. In the early rounds, Ali tried to put combinations together, but it didn't work. So he was pushed back on the ropes. The rope-a-dope didn't really work. Ali had a good chance, but unfortunately, by the last round, he was completely exhausted, and there was no way Burbank was going to lose. But the good news about Ali is, despite the fight with Larry Holmes, he actually stayed up on his feet against Holmes. So Ali did his job and got to the limit. Sadly, though, he would lose quickly. It was not even close. But fortunately for boxing fans around the world, Ali stayed retired this time. And unfortunately, the effects of his Parkinson's would really linger until his death in 2014, I think it was. But remember, Trevor Burbank would actually have a few tussles. Well, he had a tussle with Larry Holmes in a parking lot in 1991 when Larry Holmes jumped up on a car and ambushed Burbank. And Burbank would be the heavyweight champion that Tyson would beat to be the youngest heavyweight champion of the world. So yeah, there's that. I just wish Burbank went back on his Canadian roots. Like Lennox Lewis. It just ticks me off. Those two guys fought for Canada at major times, billed from Canada, and then they go back to their home countries. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do.